Everybody. Yeah. Fall into the water now. Yeah. Fuck your fucking whole everything up. Rock your bob tonight. It's back. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Discombobulated. I'm your hostess, Boobie J Dix. And today we have a nice Chilean sea bass, or we could just make you a chili sea bass, which is just hot chili on a cold sea bass. Oh, wait. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I'll tell you what I want, what you really want. I'll tell you, that was an actual conversation between the Spice Girls and one of their servers. They're like, what do you want? I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. I wanna. The song's not funny. It's actually about having, Tourette's, which isn't funny, but somehow kind of, at least in all my friends that have it, is. My name is Boobie J Dix, and I got to get into fucking actual frame, as I literally picked maybe one of the busiest parks to do my podcast in, but I had to do it because look at this fucking view. Can squeeze the fucking city with my fingers. I could fucking ollie the whole fucking city. I could jump the whole city. Watch this kickflip. 1, 2, 3, claw. Wait, are people texting me? No, my AirPods aren't on. Yeah, duh. I turned them off. Oh, that will piss me off. That will piss me off more than anything if that happens. Anyway, I'm all over the place. Speaking of, I have shows. We'll start with the shows. You can see me tonight. If you're listening to this and it came out on the day of tonight, you can see me at Cap City Comedy Club. I will be opening up for the great Joe Mackey. I think that's how you say his name. I've seen him twice. Every time I'll crush her, and every time I'm pretty sure that's how you say his name. And then next weekend, I will be in Bricktown, Tulsa, Bricktown. So if you live in Tulsa, Oklahoma, you can come see me opening for Mikey Winfield. Very excited. Another person seen many times, opened for before. Did not Joe, but I've opened. And you just look at this beautiful world we live in. But you know what? Let's get into it. This is my new city. This is the city that I live in. After 33 years of living in misery. Those bikers loved it. Side note, everyone here fucking real in shape. You guys are kind of killing. Actually, not everybody. It's like really in shape people are really, God bless Texas people. That can mean a multitude of things, but most of those people don't know what multitude means. Anyways, I'm from a dumb state too, but my point is after 33 years of living there, and after 33, it was 13 years. After 13 years of being a stand-up comic, I moved. I did it about a month ago. Been on the road, but this is where I live. I already know all the buildings. That's the John Hancock building. That's John Hancock. That's John Hancock. That's John Hancock Jr. That is my apartment. The whole thing. This I'm not sure about that one. I'll figure that one out later. And then these two, they're actually blocked off, and you're not allowed to go in them like a video game. But one day I will unlock those ones. But yep, this is my new city. This is where I live. This is where I breathe. This is where I take in nature, and at night, show what happens if you don't get nurtured. If you don't raise your kids right, they could go move to Austin, Texas. For what? Bits? What do you mean? Because they think bits are funny? Because they think things are funny because when we raised them, we took a lot of time off from raising them. They're going to want to hear ha 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 every night. It is weird that you do, like no one, and it is like laughter and I guess a mixture of applause. Dude, this branch is bending a little too much for old Barbarino. That would be so crazy. It would be every episode I do talk about me, I think, dying. It would just be so funny if I was like, in this next episode, this is brought to you by BetterHelp, and you better in a fucking log just like. I gotta start doing them live in case that happens. Bobby, you have to. So I'm gonna learn all about this city, but I'll tell you what, I have already been pretty accepted by pretty everybody. And the reason I say pretty because there's one guy, but I asked him and everyone's like, he's a fucking jackass. We were just like hanging out one night and I was just like making small talk. You ever make small talk, not even because you're trying to be like, hey, like you're just like, it would be more awkward to not talk. Does that make sense? Like we're both standing there and we just got our food and there was like this like awkward like corner we got like pushed into kind of together. So I was like, hey man, what's up? Because you signed up for Kill Tony. I was like, you do this a lot? He's like, yeah. I was like, okay, what's your name? And he's like, Dipshit. I was like, oh, okay, nice to meet you, Dipshit. How long you been standing? He's like, 9.5 weeks. Like, I was like, okay, man, see you later. And then I saw that guy the other night. He was the only jackass I've met. But beyond that, all the club managers here, all of the other comedians, we've been having so much fun. Almost like every night we've been having a couple people over to me and Zach Butkovich's place because that's who I live with, for better or worse. But we moved into this place and we've been having people over at night, and it's very fun. It's very reminiscent of whenever my buddy Jake, Steve, and Zach all rented like one of the biggest, coolest lofts in St. Louis, and we would hang out all the time. And then you grow up, you start getting more jobs and all that stuff too. But then if you're lucky, you get to try comedy more often, and then you get to move to a place where you get to do that all again. It's like I'm going to college, but there is literally no certificates. It is the only thing that is like that. Like that if you go somewhere, like there's nowhere else that you're like, I'm a doctor in this city, and then in this city I am not. They're like, you have to prove you're a doctor. I'm like, here's a picture of me being a doctor in the other state. Here's like my certificate and everything. How's it going, guys? This fucking piece of shit was staring at me because I'm recording a podcast in a park, but you're also wearing literally all gray and you look fucking stupid. He comes and whips my ass into shape. Honestly, it's what I need. Yeah, dude. So I've been very, very taken care of since I've been here, and I got booked this weekend, like I said, with tonight with Joe Mackey, 2 shows, and then everywhere else I've been, I'm excited to be a part of this scene. Like everywhere I go, everyone's trying stuff, and that's something that I kind of miss. Like at least you kind of go places and it's like everyone's kind of showcasing their best stuff. Me too. And here it feels like people are like always trying to be the best version of themselves, not just like showing their best sets, like actually just trying to be like themselves, which I resonate with. I really dig. So, and it gets hot here, and I think it's gonna get only hotter. I think it's supposed to get 166 degrees here one day. That part I don't love, but you know what? Not everything's great, you know? You take the good with the bad and the bad with the good. You know, like when I get a cup of ice cream, yeah, I don't like that if it's a to-go one. Like, yeah, eating the plastic part, not that fun. But the ice cream part was good, but then at the end, because you don't want to, there's no recycling bin and you don't want to throw it in a trash can, you just eat the plastic. You bite it off and you go, it cuts the shit out of your mouth, your tongue, your esophagus, your throat. Is that your esophagus? Your tum-tum, your small intestines, your large intestines, your medium intestines, which are actually your intestines that can just tell the future. They're like, he's going to eat Taco Bell and shit his pants. It's going to happen. I'm going to start waving at people who stare at me. People stare at me and I wave and they don't do anything. What a rude fucking bunch of people you are, Texas. What a bunch of rude fucking shits you are. What a bunch of rude fucking shits you are. Oh, fuck, I didn't clap when I started this, fuck. Yeah, but that scared you. I am the fear. What, that would be weird. That would be a weird version of me. But yeah, this is going to be a very relaxed episode because I'm on, and also I've been on the road so much that now even at my new place in Texas, I don't have a bed or anything, so I've been sleeping on the couch. And so I've been on the road or sleeping in my car or sleeping on a couch in my own apartment. And then the other day I got to take a bath for the first time to really relax because I've been sore. Get some Epsom salt, fucking put so much in there you fucking float out of the water. You literally can't even sink in. It's just salt. I put that much salt in there, laid down. And then I realized that my bathtub is great. It's clean. It's got a lot of good things. It even has this little spot in the middle that I remember from when I was a kid we had too, which just means you take so much baths you fucking wore it down. It's gross. I took a bath and then I went to go put my head back and ooh, there ain't no room to do that. So if anything, I have bad baths. But again, that's it. What am I even complaining about? I think I'm just trying to find stuff to talk about on the podcast. Any of these people walking by can be up on the podcast. I should probably put up a sign. Like, come be on the pod if you want. And that's how they do it. Like, please don't post that. Please. Thank you. I really appreciate if you didn't post that because you know funny, but you know funny, man. What's your name, Bobby? I'm going to call you Sam. Ooh, this guy's first day jogging. You can tell they got a first day jogger. Dude, this one fucking guy ran by, almost made me question my sexuality and if he was a Ninja Turtle. I love seeing people that in shape that you're just like, where do you even get weights at, man? Dude, when they're like, do they have them ready? You have reserved on them when you go to your Planet Fitness? Some of those guys are so buff they don't even have headphones on. They literally, those are muscles. They just get muscles that can play the music that you want. They just work out every day and you make a set of headphones on your head. Wait, I'm coming undone again. I'm coming undone. Wait up, my shoes are undone. Don't stop walking. Please wait up for me. But yeah, getting to sleep in on a couch, god damn, feels nice. And my roommate's dog, Roscoe, falling in love with me. My buddy will go to work because he has a job in the morning and I literally don't. And his dog, just comes lay right by me. And I feel bad that his dog's going to fall more in love with me. He even bit him the other day. Isn't it funny how people are like, my dog's so good, and then his dog bit him? I'd never really seen that before, a dog bite their own person. Because I wasn't there, but he was fighting one of our buddies. And then the dog literally was like, I'm going to bite who's doing the attacking. And he bit Zach, which I was like, that's actually pretty cool that he has more morals than like allegiance to just Zach. You know what I mean? He's like, I'm not going to let you be a bad guy. Ain't no way in heckaroonies. Oh, this is so fucking peaceful. This is so nice. I'm going to come here every day. I'm going to get a cowboy hat. I'm going to come here every day. I'm going to learn to ride the bulls. I'm going to learn to do all the jokes that are so offensive that I can't tell them on TV. I can't literally wait. No, that was a bit me and my buddy Rafe used to do in St. Louis, is like when I moved downtown, I really did think I was like, oh, I'm going to go to the arch every day. I'm going to go to the zoo. I'm going to know all the paintings and the art. But you just kind of hang out at your place. But our place doesn't have a TV yet. And I hate and love it. I hate the thing that I hate about it. Here's what I hate about it. I hate that whenever we're all like hanging out, you can't put something on in the background so that it's like, and you can put on music, which is nice, but sometimes there's something about having something on and like in the background, you know what I mean? But then we have to push through and have fun, and that'll be great, especially once we start like you have more people over, and we have such a cool place. It's right by a bar, so if you get too many people, hey, guess what? Let's go to the bar. Let's all go to the bar. Let's all go to the bar. Let's all go to the bar and drink until we throw up. Let's all go drink with Bobby. Let's all go drink with Bobby. Let's all go drink with Bobby. Oh, look, Bob just blacked out. Oh my God, he's throwing up again. Why is he so loud when he throws up? Why is he so loud when he throws up? Why is he so loud when he throws up? Is it inside him or because that's how his dad threw up? Every time my dad would throw up, I was always like, dude, get a hold of yourself. Because I like someone like this. I like when someone just does it as if they're a snake throwing up something that they were like, not for me, this rat. They just let it out. I am a guy auditioning for a role, and he is not getting the part, and it's his first audition, and he's not very good at acting, but he put all of his money into it. That's how I throw up. I'm like, hi, Boobie J Dix, 5'8". Just found out I'm more 5'7", actually. 5'8"-ish. Playing the part of me puking up my own bio. Bob's bio. Like I have this sound I make. I have tears that come out. I don't throw up a lot at first, and then afterwards I do. Like I feel sorry for me. I go, oh, come on, Bob. By the way, if you don't like this part of the podcast, you're either my friend Melissa or anyone else who doesn't, like that, which very much makes sense. But I do. That's how I throw up. And in the comments, tell me how you throw up. But I'm very much like, I fucking hate this. And then it's weird because you do it, and then you feel like the girl from The Sixth Sense. You feel exactly like the girl from The Sixth Sense whenever she, the girl who's like, she throws up in his tent. Remember the first time you didn't know you could get that kind of scared? You didn't know that, like as a kid, you're like, oh, if I'm scared, I'll always just run and go under my covers. But you never thought about if you might go into your tent that is safe for you, that fucking little kid might already be in there just throwing up. I'm feeling much better now. That's the best part whenever you go, oh, why was I fighting that for so long? God, let's do it again. I do fight it off though. I love when you sit there and you got that all of a sudden you're just like, my mouth, is my mouth starting to squirt? Jesus Christ, I'm getting real wet in my mouth. What's turning my mouth on so much? Because it's wet as shit. I'm going to spit on my own floor. Okay. All right. I'm going to let a little bit hang out. But do I have to throw up? Hell nah. We ain't going to do that. So you just go to the bathroom and pretend that you're just like, I'm just going to check out I'm going to see what it feels like to just put my arms right here. Side note, do you put them on the seat or do you lift it up? Because I've seen that like a handful of times, and those people are, I don't have that kind of DNA. That they're like, we're very different humans. Because I have to put it on where your ass goes, not where all the piss goes, and no one cleans it unless every once in a while, I'll be a saint. I'm like, this isn't even my piss. It's the piss that's been giving up for you. Do this in memory of me. Wipe the toilet. Accidentally touch a little bit of piss. Want to fucking kill yourself. Wash your hands harder than anyone else. Like you're the first surgeon. This is actually a good idea, guys. I actually found out about this the other day. Don't worry about it. Oh, let me make sure we're still recording. We are. We're still recording. Don't worry. Just try to get my thumbnails in. All right. But yeah, so it does feel so good when you just decide to throw up. But I have to put the toilet seat down. I have to throw up like that. And then you're like, I'm just checking out the situation. And then you try to say you're not going to. And then you do that thing of, and you feel like you're kind of getting pulled. You're kind of getting pulled out of yourself. And then you get like slingshot. You're like, whoa. Vammatrosis. Vomitrocious. I feel like I'm pretty good at helping people, but once you throw up, I feel like that's where it's not even just me. I think that's everybody, where everyone's like, "How you doing? Do you need anything? Please, for the love of fucking God, say no. Can I get you anything you need help with that I can do that's not in this room?" And I don't know what it was, but I was like having a little bit of a health stint where I was feeling pretty good about. I was feeling healthy, so I hadn't thrown up in a minute, and then once I did throw up, I realized like my hair's so long now that I have to hold it back. And God bless you. People with long hair, mostly women that I've heard complain about it. It is a real thing. And it's not even that you don't want to get throw up in your hair, but it's also if it gets anywhere near here when you go to throw up and you breathe in, then it like, it just makes you, it's just too gross. You know how when you black out because you have too much pain? I wish when you threw up, you just woke up next to a toilet. Your just like body went there and it's like, man, I've never felt myself throw up. I always pass out before it happens. I always do. Got to get every bit of this coffee, dude. I'm a hot coffee guy. And there's this place called Buzzmill across from my house, and I've went there every fucking day, sometimes twice. I've never done that in like any city I've ever lived in, which is St. Louis, I guess. But any city I've ever really been in, I've never like went and got that much. Like I'll get gas station coffee that much, but this place is fucking cold brews and shit are so good. Like I was getting hot coffees, but it's so hot out now. I was like, let me try that cold brew, and fucking. Oh, because coffee's good. Like when you drink it, you're like, yeah, get in my body. But when you drink this, it's like, ooh. I feel like I can like feel it do the worm throughout my entire body a little bit, which is beautiful. Shut up. Oh my God. That was adorable. Couple on a tandem bike, smiling ear to ear, just like can't even take in it enough. I love that. I'm that way. I'm so that way that every night when I go to I've been going to Cap City, and when I go, the skyline's on my left. Like as soon as I drive, the skyline's on my left. The skyline's on my left, and the sun sets, and it's like going right between. Like as you go through, you get to see it like between these buildings, and I'm gonna get in a car accident. Mark my words. No, I'm gonna be careful, but I need to get one of those cars that stops when you're an idiot. I asked if any of those cars, like it goes up by like fucking way too much money. I got the best model you could without like shit like that. But God, I've had those cars and you're always like, hey, thank you. You're always mad and then wicked happy that it happened. So much happier than you'd be if you had to fucking whatever. This seems like a skippable episode, but this is mostly just me explaining to you that I live in Austin. That's mine. That's God. That's where I live. That's where the devil will try to fucking get you to do stuff like fucking kiss people that you shouldn't. But I do. I kiss them right up. I take a little on their lips. Dude, my roommate woke up, Zach, and he goes, I'm going golfing. He goes, you want to go? I go, no. I go, who are you going golfing with? He goes, myself. And he was so hungover, and I love the dedication, honestly, but I was like, no, dude. I was like, I don't want to do that. I go, I will go kayaking or paddleboarding eventually. Enters kayaker, checking out podcast, wondering, who is that fucking idiot? Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Is it a man? Is it a woman? No, it's Boobie J Dix. But you can rent a paddleboard here. You can rent a kayak. No canoes, just kayaks. This family's walking by, and it's like they're older. They're older, and I believe that they are a little older, and I could be wrong, but I believe that they are Indian. And I just watched his wife take a photo of him, and he stood in front of the skyline, and he just goes. And I just think that's so funny that there's like two versions. There's like the girl version of like, I'm in Seattle or whatever. And then a version of like a guy who's like, and he shows someone, he's like, I have been in front of Tokyo. I have been in front. This isn't, I was just talking a different way. I'm not going to do an Indian accent. I'm just talking as a different person. This is me in San Antonio. This is me at Fort Worth. This is me at Fort Worth. I got doubles that day and I didn't even mean to. Oh my God. This is so beautiful. I can't even really focus on being, how could you focus when there's ticks all over you? I did sleep in my car one night and woke up and there was a tick on me and I was like, ooh, I bet he crawled all night trying to get to me. Dude, the guy who looks like a Ninja Turtle's running by. I wish you could see him. I'm not kidding you. He looks like a video game person whenever you max out everything. Remember those games you would play when there's like a buff guy in like a fucking PlayStation 1 game? I'd play this fighting game and you're like, no one's that buff. Or like NFL Blitz, they like look way too big. That's how that person just looks. And I want to, every time he comes by, I want to salute him. Because I don't even have friends that are that in shape. Like I have a couple friends that have like abs or like they're kind of in shape, but I don't have any friends that are like, but also I don't think those people have friends because they're so in shape. When do you have time for friends? You're like, hey, meet me between crunches. We'll grab drinks, protein. Or they're always drinking stuff that I've never heard of. I get sold on that shit. I bought, it's not AG1, but it's like AG second string. It's like it's like plants. It's like, that's what it says. It's like plants for your body. Joe Rogan didn't try this one. It's like that. It's like not as good, but I bought that and I can't tell if it's making me feel better. And then the other day I was like, ooh, let me buy some liquid IV. I've never tried this. I'm like, how about you just don't fucking drink? How about instead of spending double the money to feel better, how about you just feel better? Trying real hard, but I still love the ganj. I still love the coffee, which is a drug. It's actually, could you imagine? I was actually talking to a comic last night and he was like, yeah, I actually went to rehab for weed. I was like, whoa. Because my friend Tina, her ex, had done that too. I was like, whoa, you guys met in rehab? And she was like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, but you were like there for real. He was just there for weedsies. That's weird as fuck. To me, at least. But the other, yeah, it's just like I like those. But alcohol doesn't do it as much for me. Like, and I grab drinks pretty much every night I've been here. But there's been so many nights where I haven't done it. I think just as you get older, it's not fun. Like when you're young, you can be drunk and it feels good. I feel like now, like when I'm old, like that I'm like 33. Now when I drink, by the second one, I'll literally go get another one. And I feel like myself just goes, a third one. Like I can hear it. A third one. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. What? Nothing. I'm just asking if you're getting a third. All right. What are you doing? I'm getting a water. Okay. I'm still drunk. Yeah, I know. What was one more going to do? But that's my point. That's what is one more going to do? And you're such a fun guy anyway. You don't really need this. Yeah, but what am I going to hold? Your fucking dick? Who cares? Can I make you a mocktail? No. Can I make you a mocktail? And here's a mocktail, and here's some NA cocaine. Here's an NA beer for when you're done with that mocktail. Here's some non-chicken that it looks like chicken. And by the end, you can look like the fucking taxi driver from fucking Mission to Mars. Hi. I'm made of robots. Dude, I love Austin. Here's some things I've noticed since I've been in Austin in my small amount of time here. Very small. Very small. You can have any haircut you want. Even the worst version of a cool haircut or a cool haircut. Within 5 minutes, you're going to see a cliche. But that happens in every big city. That's not, here. It's like, I'll just see a guy. It's like, you can just tell you're like, okay, you are a leathersmith or whatever the fuck.
you're a Leatherman. And you'll see that. But you'll just see it, like, it's that whole keep Austin weird. And I don't know if they won that battle, but I just saw a guy who's like, he's not winning the battle on hair, but where his troops are, we're fucking strong. He had so much long hair up here, and then a couple of real estate that got sold or whatever, and then the back was just flowing. And you know what? He had the confidence of a king, and I live for that. I need some of that, you know? I was even thinking about cutting my hair. I was like, you know what? It's been you need to like get like a good like haircut. And I was like, no, dude. We're comics. We don't have to look good. It's the best part. Best part of waking up is fucking just going to the show because you're late because you're hungover. It's not Folgers in your cup. At all. You hear me? Oh, dude. The fucking button jump fell off the top of this hat when I was sleeping at the airport. I woke up and it like clinked on something. And I heard it fall, and I looked fucking everywhere. And I was on edibles. I was at the airport, edibled out of my mind. I was like, where did that go? And the only thing I could think is it fell in the vent, but the vent looked like it was fucking too small for that to happen. But dude, that fell. And then the other day I lost a piece of like a pen, like a weed pen, and we couldn't find it either. And I'm like, what's going on? Am I so high I can't see it? Or am I so high that I am connecting to other realms? That seems a little more likely, in my opinion. And since I've moved here, I really wish I would have paid attention to my Spanish class. So many people here speak Spanish, and I would just love to know what they're saying about me. This lady ain't ever seen. Yeah, everywhere you go, people are like getting more sober. I would love it like an NA cocaine commercial, like still the burn, but none of those ideas about businesses. This episode is sponsored to you by NA cocaine. It doesn't get you amped up. It does just burn though. Makes you go to the bathroom. It still makes you go to the bathroom. You can't get hard or fuck. Side note, never had that problem. But, yeah. Oh my God. And then small world, this is the craziest shit. So I have a friend in Austin. She's came to my shows whenever I've had shows. And just now I was walking and I looked over and I was like, and I did that thing where you try not to be rude. I don't want to stare, especially women. They get scared They get stared at all the time. I was just looked over and I was like, there's only one girl I know with that haircut. And then I said her name and I was like, what's up? I was like, hey, what's going on? And then she luckily was like, hello? And I was like, oh, good. Because I thought I was just going to be like saying hi to some person. But yeah, and she was like, oh. And I was like, I live right over there. She's like, wild. I'll be honest, didn't seem super pumped to see me. But I love me, and that's okay. But yeah, I always have that thing where I run into people no matter where I go. Like my first night here, walking in front of the mothership, I ran into two friends. And it's just something that, I don't know. Yeah, it's just something that happens. I'm a very lucky guy. And I wasn't even going to take that way. And then I ran into her and her dog and her cute dog. But yeah, I love Austin. I love, oh my God, they have so many turtles. This one's popping his head. The other day I saw one on a log and I was like, do they love that? Like you just like to sit still for so long. And I guess they have to do it for their blood. I forgot about that, which made me think like we do that with our blood. We take our hot blood and put it on ice. Do you take an amphibian's cold blood and put it on, like you got to keep it hot? Or do the laws do you have to keep it even colder than anywhere? Where'd that little cute fucking turtle go? And I wonder if they're snapping turtles, because I would hate to get my little pecker bitten by a little turtle. And I was like, is that where your mind goes? Yeah, and I don't know if it's all guys or me, but when I get in the water, I think something's going to bite my toes or my fucking wiener. Same size, in case you were wondering. All of them. All of my toes are the same size and my penis. If there was a lineup, and like my middle toe was the one that did it, and it was like my penis, my big toe, my lip, but all the same size toes, but I'm just naming, like this one. the person would be like, I don't know, maybe have them say something. No, they all look the fucking same to me. They all look bad. They all look way too circumcised. It's way too much cut off of their fingertips and their wiener. Way too much cut off. I don't know. It's okay. Just take your time. They all look the same. They all look the same. There's a fingernail on the toenail, on the fingernail, on the penis, on the wiener. That's just me being me. Yeah. Oh, this episode is brought to you by the medicine that you take whenever your ass falls asleep. That doesn't exist, but wouldn't that be great when your body falls asleep? You're like, Bobby, you could just walk around. I'm like, yeah, but just an immediate help, because I just realized how sore my ass is and how old I'm getting. Because now I'm that thing where, like, by the time I stand up, I can stand up, and before I'm completely erect, don't get gross, but by the time I'm fully stood up, by the time I stand all the way up, I've waved at people and said hi 3 times, because I'm like, you go halfway up and you go, ah, and then you feel uncomfortable, so you'll see someone and you go, ah, and then you get your hand on your back and then you go, ah, oh, and then you wave at everybody because you just feel nice. Look at Captain Feelgood. He is gonna feel good. Are my ankles gross? I'm not a fan of my legs right here. This is like my least favorite part. A girl told me I had the worst back of the leg she's ever seen once. So, not trying to brag. And I know I've said that on other episodes, but it must have hurt if I still remember it, right? God, every person who's going, I've never seen, that was like the most normal bike. That was a bike earlier, you know, everyone's on mopeds or fucking little cruisers, or this one that had so many wheels where I was like, what the hell are you going to do on that thing? But I like it. I like the weird people here. I'm excited to explore Texas. And, yeah, I'll be back in St. Louis because I will be with Scott Cease at the end of the month. I will be opening for Scott Cease. So fucking funny. From Cocaine Bear. Cocaine Bear meets Cocaine Bobby. Fucking again. He asked for me by name. He liked me so much. It's a tip. Is if you work with people, just be a good time. You don't have to reach your phone over and be like, oh, you book a Mexican restaurant? Oh. And follow your gut. I have no words of wisdom, but follow your gut. And maybe on another episode, I'll talk more about my 33 years in Missouri. But right now, I'm just so excited about Austin. And I don't have to shit, but I do have a long walk home. And I bet by the time I get home, I'm going to have to. But this wasn't too far from my place. The city of Austin. The city that never queefs. Actually, when they do, it's bigger, because everything's bigger in Texas. Except for, yeah, my little weenie. Anyway, that's the whole episode this week. That's all I got. That's all I got in me. I'm tired and I got stuff to do. And I tried to record an episode yesterday and I was about 6 minutes in, and then basically a kid was fishing behind me. And I can't be like, I got a little wiener. And this kid's like, are you going to go to jail if you talk about that in front of me? I'm like, yeah, probably. So I'm just going to grab my stuff and leave. So I had to redo a podcast, but that's the episode. Did it stop recording? Low power mode. Did it stop? No, it didn't. Bye.